And by the way, I'm very happy about those people who are very loyal to our presses. Maybe we should also have an award for those who always come to that. I've not seen Vincent Afande for some time. I don't know where he disappeared to. But I'm already starting to know you guys, and we really value our partnership with you. And when you go back, say hi to the editors. Turiken, I am the one who issued a statement on Haiti and what government needs to do on the same day that the court ruled against that deployment. I want to invite you to read sections 107 and 109 of the National Police Act, Service Act. It clearly says that there can only be deployment of police to a country that we have a bilateral relationship. So when you saw the premier of their country coming here, that is what they were able to sign. So it is not use of force. Please understand. Actually, what the government is doing is obeying the court orders, the final orders, by having a bilateral agreement between Kenya and Haiti. It's very simple. So there's nothing that we have done that is wrong as government. And anyone who goes to court to challenge that, I can tell you for sure, it will be out of malice. Because if we have obeyed that, and remember in the statement that I issued, we said we are going to challenge, but we never specified. Our understanding though, as government, was because we are all members of the United Nations, then we have a bilateral by that, because all of that applies to all of the members of the UN. However, for the avoidance of doubt, we have complied, and the police will not be deployed by the National Security Council because that was said to be unconstitutional. We are very much aware of that fact. And also, there will be necessary procedures to be followed if that then require further sanctions or approval by whichever bodies that the Constitution so anticipates that should be the case. But of course, we need also to be careful there not to establish unnecessary bottlenecks just because we want to prove some kind of case law. So I think that is there's that misguided notion that the government is using force. Which force, really? If that were to be the case, then we would have gone ahead to deploy without any bilateral agreement. So that has been done. And also, it is not true to say that you need to be the richest person in your village and fulfill all of your needs for you to help your neighbor who is needy. I don't think so. Soon, I will be leading a contingent of yourself to go to the North Rift to see how things have changed under this regime. Because a lot of work has been done, a lot of development projects, but you will see it for yourself, just like the way we've come here at Konza, to Tana na Nyinyi. We go so that you're able to see, seeing is believing, as I said, so that you see the whole issue of banditry and what have you is being blown out of proportion, just to make news. Yeah, so if you want to help your friend, you don't have to have the whole world. And you cannot say, for example, the US, when they give us their support through USAID, that they have been able to obliterate poverty in America. Kupatiana ni moyo. And also remember, Haiti is an African country in the diaspora, if you like it. Why would Africans not be able to resolve their own challenges? Yeah, when nobody wants to go and protect African lives, why don't we do it ourselves? It's black pride, it's African pride, my friend. Let's not be shy and imagine that all of the problems of the world are going to be solved by Westerners and Muzungus. I am Mudongo Aruiro, I'm telling you that. So, let's be proud. And I am so proud of our president because he has shown leadership, extreme leadership, in saying yes, because there's $100 million put aside by many nations, but nobody wants to lead the team. Now, there's also that question but there may be casualties. Yes, there will be casualties for sure. Yeah, but they can be minimized because they have been trained. These are 1,000 people. Even if we did not take them to Haiti, it will not resolve all our security problems. So can we also be generous? Because even here, we benefited from other people who have donated their own men and women in uniform to come and guard our state of being. Kenya has done that before in Namibia, in Congo, many places through the KDF, the armed forces or the defense forces. So this is the police, and it has also been done before. It's just that this time around, because of the prominence of Kenya at the international circles, it is being politicized. Is it yielding results that Kenya has got a very high profile under President William Ruto? Yes. We have many hundreds of thousands of jobs that are being, there are concessions. We take people to Germany, to Israel, to Saudi Arabia, obviously, to the UK. I mean, that is what we are getting in terms of economic diplomacy. We were able to secure agreements of up to 350 billion, I beg your pardon, in Japan. So over 2 trillion worth of, bilaterals, multilaterals have been secured that will mature in due course to finance our, narrowing fiscal headroom. So there is that. President Ruto has been actually appointed as the disciplinarian, if you can call it, of the African Union. He is a champion for reforms. On 23rd of May, he is going to visit White House, and they are having elections. So that tells you a lot. This is the fourth head of state to do so, in this administration, and the first in 20 years from our country. So we are making very good progress. We provided leadership in climate action. Why are we not complaining about that? Why are we only complaining when it comes to matters of security? Yet if it was us in this situation, we'd expect other people. Let's be proud of what we can do. These are south-to-south kind of arrangements, and they are more better for one another. Actually, just to surprise you, recently, I don't know how Haitians got this, but my office was inundated by people sending me messages saying that we should not deploy to Haiti. There's a campaign. There's actually an online and a very well choreographed campaign, I think by those gangsters, to discourage Kenyans from sending their troops. I remember sometimes back in 2006, I was in the US, and I found a young lady who was 23 years old. I forget her name now, but she had a boyfriend who had gone to Iraq, I think, for peacekeeping. And she was a PhD student, at 23, actually. That was quite impressive. And she was worried whether the boyfriend would come home. We kept in touch, and indeed, he actually went, he was able to return from there. But is Iraq now more stable? Yes. So I think we need to ask ourselves, are we part of a community of nations? Are we a part of a committee of nations? Yes, we are. Can we make a contribution? No. Yes, we can. During the time we were in COVID, Kenya was ranked as #1 globally as a giver, actually. If we look at our history, Korea now is coming to help us to make our own Christ. But we are at the same level at the independence. It's a matter of leadership. The difference between then and now is leadership. And the Kenya Kwanza administration, led by His Excellency President William Samoei Arap Ruto, is ready, willing, and capable to provide leadership. When we started about saying that we are going to regulate the dollar, which has lost 20 bob, or thereabout, people thought that we were in denial. When we were talking about the G2G, and now it's going to help us that we have no fuel shortages, people were crying foul. Today, we are better than our neighboring countries. I don't want to mention them, because we have mutual respect. So please trust the process. It's not easy. Sometimes we are even groping in the dark. But where there is a will, there is a way. And I believe this is a time for Africa to also show that it too, not just through colonialism, it can contribute meaningfully to the development and peacekeeping of the world. I thank you.
More radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge.